Hey boys.
Here we are
What's
live
up?
after India win against Australia and India go
Yeah.
to the finals of the Champions Trophy 2025. What a game, what a victory. We win by 4 wickets.
Yep.
A lot more easier than someone might think. We still had batting in hand. We had Jadeja.
Very complete game of
Yeah,
cricket.
complete game
Yeah.
of cricket. It was very mature, like Vasu said. Vasu, it's nice to see you back. A lot of you guys, some of you guys have already joined and kept the chat busy. Default, hi. I don't know if he disappointed you by coming early. I don't know what the
Or late.
stipulations
Yeah.
were for your spite stuff. Hi Keshav, hi Shrikant. Shrikant, man, you're always here. You're always on time. We appreciate that
Appreciate
a
it.
lot. If you guys are joining in for the first time, the usuals, like the stream. If you haven't already, it'll push our stream to a lot more people on YouTube. If you haven't followed us on our WhatsApp channel, Vasu, I don't think you would have. Go down to our description, go down to our WhatsApp link,
Yeah.
and follow us on our channel.
Do it. We're just 3 short of 100, which is
Yeah.
great because we started this channel yesterday, I want to say.
Day before.
Day before. So yeah.
And
good
Virat
stuff.
and Virat Kohli. And Praatibh also impersonated Ishan Sharma. So if you guys have missed that, you guys go. You guys can go check.
it, guys.
Hi Keshav, hi Laura, hi Undercut. Hey, Deepak. Hi Shrikant, hi Bharadwaj, Shijit, add in gaming, talk about Shreyas run out. The run out. Yeah, we will talk about that.
We'll talk about everything.
Hi Ninad. Hey Ninad, you were there yesterday. I want to say you were there a couple of days ago. One of these days.
Yeah.
There's less light on my face. I just realized, but it is what it is. Perks of work from home. That is fair. That you get to come early. I thought you were talking about us. Yeah, if you guys are joining us for the first time, we have a lot of things going on our live. We have a lot of segments. We have a summary. We have what went wrong, what went right. We have critical moments, things that would have possibly changed the game and has changed the game. And then we talk about, what else do we talk about after critical moments?
What went wrong, what went right, all of that.
Critical moments, and then what do we
Critical
talk
moments. That's about it. Then we interact with you all, the
Yes.
audience.
And we
Take questions. Yeah.
Yes, first bot 999. We'll start after a couple of minutes. But it's been a good game of cricket. It was
Yeah.
a lot of ups and downs throughout. It was tightly fought until the last couple of overs. Chinmay, funny how Hardik started hitting when Rahul was closer to his 50. Yeah, I don't know why this is a thing. I feel like it's so sad. Like
Hardik is focused on the team and
Yeah.
nothing else, dude.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Laura, hey, I was here too last time. Oh yeah, you were here. I'm sorry.
You
if
were,
I
yeah,
missed
yeah.
you out. But yes. Nikhil, is it an easy chase without Chase God? We'll talk about that. Infinity Studios. We're losing out on the world's best number 7 for average number 5. 1 wicket after Virat Kohli, Australia would have won. Right. We will talk about that. Default Ashwin forgot about us. Is Ashwin me? Ashwin? Nikhil, is it an... Alright. So yeah, there's a lot of questions already. We will take your questions, but there's a lot to talk about before we go to the chat. Midnight Librarian. Is Rohit's form a concern? Is something we are going to talk about. It's something we are going to be critical about. Why does it say live in 12 minutes for me? I honestly don't know. Asu.
Damn, is your system clock behind?
I don't know. But hanging threads, a classy match for India was Australia. Shrikant, what does Shrikant say? Vasu, it goes to Rohit, right? KL was a low-key... W today.
Yeah.
V. But yes, let's talk about what went on. Let's go to the summary. I've realized I don't put this banner up for a long time, so there you go. And then the summary.
Cool. Cool. So I think firstly, just looking at the scorecard, Australia 264 all out in 49.3 overs. I want to say they batted fairly well to get to 264. Maybe they could
Yes.
have got a few more, but I think all in all they played well. They played some good cricket.
Yes.
India coming out, chasing it down 267 for 6 in 48.1 overs. A lot closer as suggested by the scorecard than you would think, but it seemed a lot more comfortable while the chase itself was on.
True.
Virat Kohli getting the man of the match. We'll obviously talk about him. Shreyas Iyer contributing runs. KL Rahul contributing runs.
Akshar Patel scoring.
Akshar
20
Patel
odd runs.
also. Pretty much everyone contributed apart from Gill. Even Rohit got a 20 something odd.
Yeah.
So yeah, a good performance for India with the bat as well as the ball. We'll get into all of it. But yeah, this is the rough scorecard and everything.
The conditions, let's talk about the conditions a little bit. I think as compared to the Pakistan and the Bangladesh, this pitch was a lot better in terms of batting. It did slow down a little bit, but it's not as bad as the pitches they played on when it was India Bangladesh or India Pakistan.
Yeah.
If you were to compare this Oh no, India, New Zealand is what I want to say, not Pakistan. Because if you were to compare this pitch to something, you would then compare it to India, Pakistan, because that was a good, fairly good pitch to bat on, and it stayed consistent throughout. Like this one, there were no demons on the pitch. Nothing really turned square. There were few odd balls that would turn, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing to be
True.
concerned about. Nothing that kept very low or bounced up. Travis Head was shocked by the slowness of the pitch, but that's also because they're playing for the first time in this
from
stadium.
Pakistan to Dubai.
So yeah, in condition wise, nothing worsened, and so if it is going to be a fresh pitch the next time around too, I would assume it's going to play something like this, if not maybe closer to the New Zealand wicket. India Bangladesh, I think, was an outlier in terms of how much the pitch spun. But apart from that game, apart from the first game India faced, I think the conditions are going to be similar throughout. I say throughout, we have only one game left, but yeah. Let's talk about what went wrong.
Cool. So you can see it on the screen. Let's go one by one. The first thing, fast bowlers for India, I want to say they started off really well. Hardik was hitting the right line. There was a graphic that was talking about how Travis said when the ball is pitched short of a good length or good length, I want to say, and it bounces somewhere around his midriff area where his gloves are together and there's no room for him to play. That's where the Indian bowlers had to bowl, which they did for the first few overs. But as soon as there was one bad ball that went for a boundary, they just completely lost the plot. There were a lot of boundaries after that. There were certainly a lot of loose deliveries. So that is something that India will want to be a little mindful of. Of course, it was a great game, but we are being slightly critical because we have to be. That's what we do. But yeah, that is one thing that I could see from the fast bowlers' perspective that they would want to work on. Apart from that, secondly, Kuldeep with the new ball. Now, this is a bit of both. In fact, not only just the new ball, but Kuldeep in general today seemed a little off color. Even that throw from Virat Kohli to Kuldeep and him just leaving it, it just felt like he was not in the game today. Him even coming and bowling with the new ball could have been a lapse of captaincy from Rohit Sharma, I suppose. But yeah, like, because Kuldeep seems a little off color, it'll be interesting to see if they carry him into the final or if they are willing to play Rana. I don't think they'll change a winning combination, but that's the one critical perspective that we have. Lastly, coming to Rohit Sharma's batting, here's the thing, right? Rohit Sharma is coming out and he's playing with this attacking mindset and intent. We've also done a video on it, so go check it out. It is something that has worked for him, but the other thing is also that when he's not looking to hit a boundary, he's not rotating strike at all. He's just blocking the deliveries. You barely saw him rotate strike today. Not only that, he was dropped twice today. And okay, you understand that after the second drop, he might want to be a lot more cautious, but him being cautious is just him going on a blockathon. It's either him in sixth gear or him in first gear. So he has to find some kind of balance. Maybe he just prefers not finding that balance. He just wants to go gung-ho and save his wicket otherwise. But yeah, like, this is something that India might want to look at.
And especially Rohit might want to look at. But let's talk about what went right. And a lot of things went right today. Shami started off well with the new ball. We've given him a lot of slack in terms of him bowling with the new ball. He got Conley out. Someone, I think it was Srikanth, that said Conley was a walking wicket, and it almost seemed like he was. Shami, I thought, did much better with the new ball. Overall, in fact, I thought Shami was spot on today, especially at the death, mixing up with his Yorkers, which he got a lot of, getting Smith out especially. But even at the death, when he got his Yorkers right, his slow balls, he was mixing it up with the slow ball bouncers, Yorkers. It was also an advantage that he was mostly bowling at the death, but to the tail enders.
Yeah.
But even then, I thought he got his death bowling spot on. And even spinners at the power play, apart from Kuldeep Yadav, like Praatibh said, I think that was a mistake by Rohit Sharma. When Varun Chakravarti and Akshar Patel came on, and even Jadeja right after the 10th over, I think those three spinners bowled extremely well. They were on it straight away. Varun Chakravarti in his first over getting Travis Head out. That was a moment to celebrate. So I think the spinners, apart from Kuldeep Yadav, were doing extremely well. There were a few occasions where I thought Akshar Patel might have been a bit inconsistent, but this is me just nitpicking. Jadeja, in fact, was the other way around. I thought he was a lot more accurate than the other matches. And I don't know if that is statistically true, but to the eye, I thought he was a lot more accurate in terms of his line. Getting hit, but persisting with his line and getting a wicket the next ball. And I thought that was beautiful from Jadeja. And like, I've already touched on death bowling, but something I do want to talk about in terms of death bowling is captaincy. We did give, just the Kuldeep Yadav stuff was a mistake. But Rohit Sharma, the captain, has been on it this Champions Trophy, especially at the death, mixing it up with Mohammad Shami, the spinners, and Hardik Pandya. Even though Hardik Pandya in 4 overs gave 30 odd runs, he was brought on in the end. He bowled beautifully and just mixing it up and not letting the batter settle against a bowler. Having a 4 spinners rotating in the death with Shami and Pandya, I thought Rohit Sharma did that very, very well. I was very impressed by his captaincy. Not that I'm anyone to be impressed by his captaincy, but I was genuinely impressed. It felt like even when it looked like India had the game in the end of the first innings, Rohit Sharma didn't want to give it away, and that it just felt right. Yeah, and the number 3, number 4, and number 5 partnerships were crucial in this game, with openers going out cheaply. Virat Kohli and Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer continuing his form. Virat Kohli batting the way he is. We will talk about that because he's the man of the match. But Shreyas Iyer continuing his form. Of course, he did get out to a loose shot. But that is Shreyas Iyer for you. I mean, he is consistent. He is doing very well. Talking about Shreyas Iyer. We've just made a video on Shreyas Iyer and his problems against the short ball, and if even that exists. So if you haven't watched that out, watch that after this live. We just put it out, I think, a few minutes before going live. And let's talk. I mean, Akshar Patel at number 5 also did his job. Took the pressure off Virat Kohli. Got those odd boundaries every over. Again, him getting out to a loose shot. Bad judgment of length. But he was just looking to attack. But the clutch players, Hardik Pandya and KL Rahul. KL Rahul especially. I mean, him getting irritated at when Virat Kohli got out showed where KL Rahul was at. Because after the 40th over, which was, I think, one of the critical moments, I don't know if he wrote that down. But after the 40th over, KL Rahul just wanted to attack. And that was great to see. After that drinks break, KL Rahul was on it. Stepping out to the fast bowlers, stepping out to spinners, taking the pressure off Virat Kohli. Of course, Virat then tried to hit and got out and all of that. But objectively, he was taking the pressure off Virat Kohli. And then Hardik Pandya coming in, not letting the match slip or go too deep, getting those couple of huge sixes against Zampa, 100-meter sixes. And then limping away. And then Jadeja finishing off the match. It just, like we started off, it just felt like a good overall performance. Let's talk about critical moments.
Cool. So in critical moments, I can already see some of this stuff in the chat, Shreyas and out, all of that. So yeah, we will get to that. First critical moment has to be Travis Head's dismissal. He was starting to get loose. He was putting the bad balls away and even the good balls away for that matter. For him to take on Varun Chakravarti on the very first ball, I thought it was a mistake on Travis Head's end, to be honest. Good that it worked out for India. So that's that. And the next dismissal is Steve Smith, of course. He was well set on 70 odd, I want to say. Could have taken the game a lot deeper and could have probably got another 10, 20 runs at the very least if he stayed. That partnership with Alex Carey was crucial. And then Shami coming in at the right time and getting Steve Smith's wicket. That was another critical point. Last one, from the batting perspective of Australia, Alex Carey's run out. That's the Shreyas Iyer run out that everyone's talking about. I think the way Alex Carey was going, honestly, he would have been the difference between 260, 265 and 285, 290, maybe even 300, who knows the way he was going. A lot of Gilchrist vibes to Alex Carey. And India have not had a good time with him when it comes to trying to get him out. He's been scoring a lot of runs against India, even in the BGT. So, again, that was a timely, critical moment. And coming to India's batting, Virat being dropped at 51 when India were 134 for 2. The match could have gone sideways very fast at that point because you still had half the chase left. And it's just nice to have had Kohli there scoring another 30 odd runs, but being in that situation, getting another partnership, getting another 60, 70 runs with whoever had come to bat, that definitely helped India a lot.
Let's talk about the player of the match, and that is Virat Kohli, the second player of the match in this Champions Trophy. I'll start off with this. If it was Rishabh Pant that got out, the way Virat Kohli got out, the amount of shit people would have given him in social media. I mean, I'm glad Virat Kohli played the innings that he did. When he crossed his 50, I think he only had 4 boundaries. Most of it was singles. It was the epitome of Virat Kohli's run chase, right? Building his innings by singles and doubles and not necessarily caring about his boundary count because he knows he could get that in the end. But when you knew KL Rahul was going on and attacking, the shot that Virat Kohli played was so shocking. But he did what he did. But he did his job for the team. I would just hope the next time around, especially in a final on Sunday, he gets the team through. Yes, I'm giving him a lot of slack, especially when he's a player of the match. But he's Virat Kohli with 5100s. You got to expect him to finish off games and not throw his wicket away like he did today. Because that could have been a small opening just for a lot of wickets to fall, because we know India have a history of this. Maybe not in the ODI format, but just across formats in general. And as much as Virat Kohli played one of the most fantastic knocks,
Yeah.
and let's praise him a little bit, him playing against the spinners, he took his time at the start against Connolly. I was going to
Yeah.
say Connolly. Connolly and Zampa.
Yeah.
But once he settled down, and this is exact, I mean, he said this in the post match too.
Hmm.
It was a very Pakistan kind of innings. He made
Yeah.
sure he didn't take he didn't take risks against the spinners. And once he settled down, we saw the Virat Kohli that we always knew. He got out that one sweep shot that he got a boundary off. But he played his late cuts. He was very risky. He played a flick through mid-wicket
Yeah.
of Maxwell from outside off. And that is the Virat Kohli that we know, him using his wrists, and he did that a lot today, which was great to see. Again, I don't think his spinner's problem in itself is solved, but the fact that he knows how to go about his innings by taking his time at the start and then playing the way he would, is great to see. I would just hope that next time around we see Virat Kohli finish off games and not leave it to the others. But it was good to see Virat Kohli play the way he did. I think this was a better innings as compared to Pakistan, only because of the way he was playing spinners. And there was a lot more spinners today, maybe not as experienced, except for Zampa and even Glenn Maxwell. I mean, they're good spinners.
True.
And Virat Kohli was able to play the ball well.
Do you want to talk about his single stat?
Oh yeah, I mean, there was a single stat that I think even Vasu put that was also talked about in the comms, that since 2000, the year 2000,
Yeah.
Virat Kohli has more singles in the ODI format, around 5,000 singles, which is insane when you think about it, because since 2000 is an insane stat, because Virat Kohli debuted 7 years later and he's still playing.
Yeah.
And to think about since 2000, if he has the most singles in an ODI format, just shows how much he cares about rotating strike more than anything else, making sure that the scoreboard is ticking. Yeah, so Virat Kohli played a magnificent knock today, taking nothing away from him, but because he's the man who he is, we got to be critical about how he did not finish the match.
Yeah.
Let's talk about... Oh, it's me again. Why is it me? Let's talk about the next game, which is the finals on Sunday. It'll either be New Zealand or South Africa. We'll see when it happens. We'll have a pre-match on Sunday anyway, which will mostly be Praatibh. I won't be there on the pre-match on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll be there post, but... sorry.
Camera stuck.
Of course, it's stuck. Also, thank God it was me. Right, that has been our post-match for now. Let's take a couple of questions. Keshav, what's your take on KL today? He did everything good today, including wicket keeping, and he was also not in his shell today, which is true.
True. Feel like this is the KL we've known for at least in the World Cup.
Before you talk
Yeah.
about his batting, I didn't think
Keeping?
his wicket keeping was challenged. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course, he did well today, but it was not the most challenging conditions. Does
True.
that mean he didn't do well today? Of course not. He did do well today, but was it challenging? Not really.
Yeah, from a batting point of view, I think he's been batting well.
Yeah.
He's not been out of form. It just feels like he knows what to do every time he comes into a situation like this. He's come into different situations throughout his career.
True.
This part demands him to come in and close out games, which he's doing really well for India. He stayed not out a couple of times now.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, good stuff for KL, dude.
Yeah, and I feel like I was glad that he took responsibility to attack, which was very interesting to see. I mean, I'm sure he's done this before too, but I was just glad to see that he was taking that responsibility to attack today. SD, do you think India has an unfair advantage throughout the tournament? Please don't take me wrong. I just had this thought, and your thought on Australia's performance.
Cool. So if you're asking if India has an unfair advantage
Yes.
because of the fact that they're playing all of their matches in
100%.
Dubai, it's definitely an advantage that they have, no doubt about it. Having said that, like, they're also playing on different pitches. It's not that they're playing on one pitch. So, but yeah, obviously India has an advantage. There's no doubt about it. But for all the people who are screaming and shouting and whining about it, here's the thing, right? Because of the geopolitical situation, there is no way India is going to play in Pakistan. That's something that the world has known for the last 15 years.
And so they knew the fixture.
Yeah, and they've known that these are the fixtures. So whining about it doesn't make sense. Does India have an advantage? Makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
I love Kuldeep so much, so his performance pained me so bad today. And there was another question related to that. What do you think about Kuldeep's bowling? He looked very ordinary today,
Yeah,
Mickey says.
He did. We'll have to honestly look at footage and see if there's anything that's wrong. There was a couple of stats that I've seen. One was DK talking about it on air today, where he was talking about Kuldeep Yadav's jump and the height difference. maybe it has something to do with Kuldeep just coming back from injury and him
and
still
not
not
putting
being
his-
100% and not using his body completely. Other thing is there's also been a little bit of change in his speed. Now, we have a whole video on this that you can check out on how Kuldeep used to ball very slow. Then he had to
Yeah,
tweak his
true.
action to become faster. But now he's starting to become slower again. So something somewhere is not clicking for him. He'll probably know best what it is. But that's probably just what it is.
Yeah.
It could just be a confidence thing, honestly.
He is bowling slow, yeah, exactly what Praatibh said. He's
Yeah.
starting to bowl slow. Vishwanath, to be honest, Australia played brilliantly well and didn't expect the match would be this close.
Hmm.
Thought the match would be completely one-sided.
Yeah.
It was one-sided.
See,
I mean-
here's the thing. I think because of the bowling lineup that Australia had, for
Yeah,
them to stretch India that far,
Yeah,
still.
but then like, if you think about it, we won by 4 wickets with Jadeja still there and KL Rahul.
True.
And Hardik Pandya was going for it because the situation was such. I mean, 20.
Yeah.
They needed 26 of I think 24, 23 at one point. Hardik Pandya hits a couple of sixes. He wouldn't have hit those shots if it
There
was,
was
what
more,
80 to win off 70 or whatever.
For sure.
If you think about it, I mean, I said this pre-match too. On paper, we look like we should have won, and
We did.
even this game, I mean, I honestly think we won it comfortably. I just didn't think. I didn't think the thought process was that India didn't need to take risks, so they didn't in the middle overs.
Yeah,
They
true.
took it deep, like they always have. This is
Yeah.
what MS Dhoni school of run chases, and even Virat for that matter.
Yeah.
And so, if you think about it, we won it comfortably. Do we sit Kuldeep for Harshit in the final?
What?
Do we sit Kuldeep for Harshdeep or Harshit in the
Interesting.
final?
I want to say it's going to depend on the
Yes.
pitch, but seeing how the spinners are going, I feel like Rohit might just want to play the same squad.
Yeah, maybe.
Gambhir might have other ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SA is not the same beast. I completely disagree.
SA is in good
Africa
form,
is a
dude.
fantastic team
Yeah.
right now.
A lot of utility players.
There are so many utility players. They are in form. They're scoring runs.
Yeah.
Hanging threads. I don't know if it's just me, but I think Shami is bowling slower. He is not, on average, I don't think he's bowling as quick as he used to, but there are moments where he's bumping it up to 140.
Yeah,
clicks.
he is touching 140.
He's coming back from an injury, so it'll take time. It was the same thing with Bumrah, same thing with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, same thing with every
Plus,
fast
he's
bowler.
no longer 28. Like, he's older also.
So, Maria, could you please comment on Varun's performance in the last 2 matches? Also, should Harshdeep and Rishabh get into the 11 for the finals? For your second question, no.
Yeah.
But talk about Varun Chakravarti's performance.
Cool. So I thought Varun Chakravarti today was a little less on the money as compared to the first game that he played. I think in that game he was absolutely spot on. Maybe in the first or second over was where he was still finding his line, length, speed, rhythm, all of that. But from that moment till the end of that spell, he was spot on. Like he knew he was bowling in a manner where the batsman didn't know whether to go on the front foot or the back foot, which way the ball might or might not turn. Today, he was a little more loose. There was the odd bad delivery, but taking nothing away from him, I think he bowled extremely well today. And he clearly looks like the most potent spinner of the specialist spinners, at least.
True.
And that's something that works for India really well right now.
Right. I meant SA is just a far more cohesive and aggressive team, unlike this injury-ridden Australia. SA is it's a different beast. All right. I apologize, Vasu. I took a jab at you. Bro, talk of the 14 toss losses in a row. That's the stuff we want to hear about.
See, so here's my thought process, okay? Because I have also been a captain, guys. But okay, so every time you go for a toss and you know that you've been losing tosses.
Send someone else.
No, not that.
Okay.
Just choose heads every time, right? How can you just keep losing?
Because-
if you call the same thing and you're telling me he's lost 14 tosses,
No, but I don't. He's
By
not
call-
calling it all the time. No, like today Steve Smith called it. I think the last time around
but
Rohit
every
called
time he calls it, he should just stick to one thing,
it.
no?
Like the law on averages here. What like in our so when again like when we had captains who used to lose a lot of tosses, just send someone else for the toss. Just for I think it's happened in the IPL once where
Might have.
someone's gone just for the
Might
toss,
have.
something like that.
Yeah.
One was too full today. I feel like you're right. He was a little too full.
Yeah.
Rohit getting out to part-time spinner and Gill getting awkward on the front foot. What do you think? I don't think Gill was awkward on the front foot. He doesn't usually move his feet.
Gill wasn't on any foot for
Yeah.
that. He was stuck to the crease.
And I feel like that is how Gill plays. He has that
Yeah.
back foot punch where he doesn't usually move his foot.
True.
Today he was trying to run it down third, man, which
Yeah.
I was quite surprised by.
Yeah.
Played on. That's also because the pitch is quite low. Rohit getting out to part-timers.
I mean, uh, Connolly balled okay. It's not like he balled bad or anything, but yeah, this is what happens because Rohit, and this is why we touched upon the point of Rohit not rotating strike at all,
True.
because he's building pressure up on himself with those dot balls, not only himself but also his partner, and then he feels like his only release shot is a 4 or a 6, so he's going to try and be ultra aggressive. Like you can see the number of risks that he took. He got
Yeah.
dropped twice and then finally got LBW, all in an innings of 28 that probably came at run a ball. Like
True.
even though he hit boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bharadwaj, your prediction for the next match? Are you talking about New Zealand, South Africa? I think I would want. I would want South Africa in the final,
Hmm.
but I think New Zealand might win it.
Interesting.
What are your predictions? Not predictions. What do you? I mean, this is not my prediction. It's just a thought.
See, I just feel like India is going to win the final.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know who's coming,
Fair.
but yeah.
Gill is not a knockout state batsman yet. What could he do better in order to succeed in that role?
Maybe he tries too hard in a knockout.
Did he though? I mean, today I thought he was batting well until he got out. So I didn't. Right. To get a batter to perform under pressure, especially in a knockout game, there's a couple of things, right? If you're an opening batter, you just got to trust your game. You just got to do what you got to do. Did we see Gill do that today? I think we did. Like, Gill did what he would usually do. Stepped out when he conceded a few dot balls, even though I didn't think it was a lot. But he stepped down. He's done that in the last couple of games. So objectively, if you look at it, did Gill stick to his game? Yes. Did he not score the runs? He didn't. I mean, he didn't score in the last game too.
But one more thing. I think the Australians executed very well to
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Gill and Rohit for that matter, because they were so right from the start of the match they had a sweeper behind a deep point.
Correct.
And basically that cut out that boundary option which
For both,
of them, yeah. And I feel like if they had that release, then they wouldn't have been looking to do because Gill does not usually dab it down to third
Maybe
man.
that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very clever. They did this in the 23 World Cup final also. They had sweepers out. Is Rohit's batting a concern? No. Abhishek Sharma. If you're that Punjab Abhishek Sharma, by looking at Rohit Sharma, do you think he's done with cricket? I don't think he's done with cricket. I just think currently he's just sticking to 2 gears.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
running as much. I don't know if it's an injury thing or a fitness thing.
There, you heard it.
Steve Smith field setup was low-key nice. I mean, Steve Smith as a captain
Yeah.
is brilliant. He's 10 on 10. Test matches, ODIs, I don't know about T20s. I haven't seen him captain much T20s, but ODIs and test matches, he is spot on. He's a tactical genius. Keshav Kohli averaging 93 in Champions Trophy. He indeed is.
In fact, Kohli is, I think, he's India's highest run scorer now in Champions Trophy, and he's might probably cross Chris Gayle, I want to say, who's on top, or Jayawardene, someone, yeah.
Do you think Akshar Patel and Hardik Pandya are X factors?
Yes, for sure. Clutch players, both of them, in all 3 departments.
What do you think about the way you send the message also? New Zealand already played here. We know the plans well, and all of them are best players of spin, and they saved 20 runs in the field. They're a real threat to us. I do agree. Fafo has been good this tournament. Yes, they have. Who's going to retire on 9th? We'll find out. Do you think Rohit should play the style he played years ago with a slightly lower strike rate and high average?
We've done a whole video on this, and the way Rohit's playing right now actually benefits India. But having said that, there's one thing that I want to look at is how many more dot balls he's playing. Which might paint a clearer picture.
Srikanth, I call that Smith was danger man. That man steps up when it's a knockout, and his captaincy was a different gravy. That is true. Yeah, he did step up.
True.
And again, I got something wrong. I mean, I get a lot of things wrong. Vasudevan, this is not related to today, but why is Sachin not in the top 5 in most singles?
Yeah, for people who've joined the stream a little later and context, Kohli's got about 5,000 runs in ODIs as singles, which is the most since 2000. And Sachin Tendulkar is not featuring on that list.
On top 5 list.
In top 5 list. So why is
is
that? Because Sachin used to attack a lot. I want to say maybe he has more twos than ones.
No, he doesn't have most singles. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about the number of ODIs he would have played from 2000 to 2012.
Things around 150, I want to say. Because Sachin hit his 300th ODI.
Do you think
Late 90s.
Let's break it down.
Yeah.
Let's do this live. From 2012 to 2025, do you think people have played more ODIs than us compared to 2000 to 2012? Probably.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because of the
actually.
last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Maybe-
been a lot more
Yeah,
T20.
maybe I don't know the amount of the amount of ODIs played. That's a very interesting
Something that we'd want to look at for sure.
Yeah. Anirudh, I feel if SA comes, it'll be Harshit Rana instead of KD. Varun is not getting dropped. And if New Zealand, it'll be 4 spinners since New Zealand sweep better than South Africa. South Africa tong spinners better. Interesting.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
Do you
point.
guys see Ashwin's analysis video? It's so amazing and so good to see game in a new way. He is a real big brain and I wonder if he could have captained for the Indian team.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, yeah, we do see Ashwin's analysis, by the way. I think a lot of people do. Like,
Yeah.
if you guys do follow cricket and stuff, you should. And if you have a choice between watching him or watching us, you should watch him. But, yeah, he
And
is.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, and us if you get the time.
But yeah, he's very
Do you think
technically.
he could have been the captain of the Indian team at some point?
Yeah, 100%. Like, with his brain and the tactics.
Yeah.
But the flip side is maybe he was one of those people who might have been too smart for the rest of the team and had them in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, because he's very straightforward
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
What do you think about Akshar Patel bowling under pressure, even with the wickets today, even in the IPL knockouts? He just doesn't perform. Look at 2024 and 23 finals, and today besides the wicket. You can't see besides the wicket because he did get a wicket.
Yeah.
I think Akshar Patel is fine. It's just
See, so here's the thing, right? There are players who score big runs and get more wickets, but there are players who also come in and play impact knocks. This is something that Gautam Gambhir's spoken about way too much. But yeah, Akshar Patel's 27 odd, whatever he scored today was, yeah, it was as important as KL Rahul's 42, simply because Akshar Patel was able to take the pressure off at that point, because that's around the point where we were getting run a ball.
true.
And to ensure that run rate does not creep up beyond what it should, I think Akshar Patel's knock there was crucial. And with the ball also, he went at 4 or 5s. I
Yeah.
mean, what more can you expect?
And a lot of people who criticize Akshar Patel until today's innings in 9 matches that he played at number 5 has an average of 41. If it was KL Rahul, we would have taken it. Just because it's Akshar Patel, we have a problem. Sachin is the most aggressive power play batsman for India after Sehwag. Rohit doesn't middle the ball and still sends ball to boundary due to just power play advantage. Sachin is clean striker of the ball. Oh, that is a bit.
Very interesting take.
It depends on from when have you started watching cricket?
Yeah.
Because if it's the last 2 years, yeah, I mean, even if Rohit Sharma does miss time, it still goes to the boundary. When you look at the scorecard, number says otherwise. The man has 3 double hundreds. If he is not a clean striker of the ball, I don't know who is.
Yeah.
Srikanth, not related to Champions Trophy, but looking at the way Virat Kohli played this Champions Trophy, he has worked on spin and pace issues. Can we see a test peak again? Feels like it. So there is a theory. Do you want to answer this?
You go ahead.
There is a theory that I was trying to test out, and I haven't really looked into it as much, but I genuinely want to make a video on this. There is a theory that Oh, I think your camera died.
We can fix that. Go on.
Right. Praatibh's camera died, so we'll fix it in a couple of minutes. But there is this theory that every time Virat Kohli has had a good ODI tournament or a ODI series, the next time he plays a test match, he's done well. And yes, between the England and now there is the IPL, so you would think that IPL might also be an advantage. Hey, he's back. He will be back in a couple of seconds. Yes. So there is this theory that I've wanted to test out. I've tried to look at his entire career, where every time he's done well in either a ODI bilateral series or a World Cup tournament or anything that's ODI, every time there's a test series after that, he's done well because of his form that he takes on.
Yeah.
And it's not the same with T20. I just want to test it out and see if that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll make a video on this. But to answer your question, do you have an answer to this question?
I actually do. So, and there's been a lot of discussion on this on comms as well. Firstly, Ayush, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I like how default or fake name cry was very happy about it. But thank you,
Camera
Ayush,
guy.
for the super chat. Appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't liked,
Yeah. Please like the
it.
stream.
We'll stay live for a little more
Yeah.
time.
Guys, couple of things that you can do. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't. WhatsApp channel also. We are very close to 100 followers. We probably would have hit it by now, but yeah, do that. Instagram also very close to 2,100 followers. So go do that. Otherwise, our manager will kick us. But yeah,
Answer the question.
cool. Coming to the question, there's been a lot of discussion on comms talking about how people who've done well in ODI cricket are generally able to translate that into Test cricket as compared to T20 to Test, simply because ODI is a longer format. There are phases, there are ebbs and flows, which means a batter cannot just bat one way and score runs. Not only depending on the conditions, but also how they're playing. Ashwin's sliding far away from me. He's gone. But yeah, it's got a lot to do with that. And basically, in the case of Virat Kohli, I think Ashwin's checking my focus. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you are out of focus.
Guys, I'm out of focus. Am I?
Wait.
Cool.
You might not see both of us, which is quite sad actually. But
Ah. Guys, we're gone. We're back. Yeah.
go on.
And yeah, so basically that's the point. Because of the fact that ODIs have a lot of ebbs and flows, it allows a batter to adapt to different styles of batting and discovering more of how they play, which is what helps in the Test format.
Also, my ODI format is so bloody good, man.
That's true.
I hate it when people say it's dying. Hardik and Jadeja being genuine all-rounders, which other team doesn't have this advantage, made India as a great team in recent times. Aksa joining gave them India more of an advantage,
True.
which is very, very true.
True. Yeah, they're
Just- Oh, sorry, go on.
all three of them are like complete packages. Like
Yeah,
in all three departments, they're good at everything. Yeah.
Someone asked, just curious, what does JB stand in your channel? Some guy responded, Justin Bieber. JB stands for Just Bate,
Which basically is our brand, a
yeah,
vertical of a company.
which is ours, by the way.
Yeah, which is ours. And yeah, like our eventual plan is to make a lot of things, not just cricket by JB. We will go into other things as well, for which we need eventually at some point. But yeah, so that's what Just Baate is. We used to run a podcast when we were in the lockdown,
True.
which you guys can still probably check out. We have our links there. So yeah.
True. Johnny Basto is an answer. How does Jadeja somehow manage to spin and grip the ball even in a natural pace? Which is interesting because there was another question about, does Jadeja have any other variation apart from the stock ball? Let's talk about this. I mean, you could add something on too. Jadeja as a spinner, of course, he only does one thing, and that is spin the ball one way, and that is taking it away from the right-handers.
Yeah.
But he has a lot more variation, lot more intricacies than you think. First of all, it's the way he releases the ball.
Correct.
Some can be top spin, if you had to show what top spin is.
Top spin, basically you release it and it comes out with the seam facing forward, going like this. Yeah.
And then what would side spin be? So he releases the ball in a way that's top spin,
Yeah.
and then side spin would be?
Side spin would be the ball at an angle, coming down at an angle, and then it tends to turn more, as opposed to in top spin where it might bounce more or dip more. So yeah.
If our voice is echoing, it's because of the internet. Just give it some time, it'll probably settle down. But yeah, so Jadeja does that with the ball. There's a lot of top spin, side spin things he does. There's also arm, right? There's sometimes he bowls round arm, straight arm. I don't really know what the opposite of round arm would be. But yeah, with the
High
way
arm.
high arm action. He has a very high arm action at times. He bowls round arm sometimes. So what round arm does is, as a right hand batter, you think the ball is coming into you, but what Jadeja does is take the ball away from you. So you're playing inside the line of the ball, but the ball is outside the off stump. So you've seen a lot of dismissals where Steve Smith is defending, but Jadeja gets a nick off outside the off stump off Steve Smith's bat or gets him bowled. It's basically that, bowls round arm towards Steve Smith, plays inside the line of the ball, reads the line wrong. Another thing that Jadeja does very, very well, and this is also something that Akshar Patel does well, is change his pace.
True.
And these are such underrated things. So as a viewer, you might just think Jadeja does just one thing, and that is have a stock delivery. But apart from that, he has a lot more other intricacies. There's, like I said, the seam position, the position of his hand, the pace at which he's bowling. And as a batter, you have to think of all of this and not just variations.
True.
So yeah, Jadeja is not just one kind of bowler. He does a lot of other things.
We have a video on this also, guys. You
Do
can
we?
check this out.
Oh yeah, we do have a video on this.
Yeah.
India having too much bench talent, really giving great results. I can't find even a single player in the recent times who walks in 11 and not perform. Every new player hungry to perform if given a chance. That is true.
That's true. That's why they're playing for India.
Correct. Your voice is echoing, bro. Is our voice echoing? Wait. Don't. You wait, man. Is our voice echoing? Jadeja feels like a retire candidate soon. Don't ask me why. I disagree. I think he has a lot more to give.
Yeah, he's probably the fittest 35 plus year old in cricket at the
Yeah.
moment, other than Kohli.
Guys, come live for tomorrow's match.
If we do that, then you guys won't get IPL content. So
Oh, yeah, that's true. Shrikant, no thanks. Slightly. Will Shreyas Iyer gets success at number 4 in Sena ODIs? To know that, watch our latest video that we just put a couple of minutes before we went live if he will do well at number 4 in the Sena countries. Ayush, thank you again for the super chat. Very, very sweet of you. Jadeja will probably play test longer than Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma. I hope so.
then Rohit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auto-tune OP. You, Loki, sound like you got auto-tune on.
Whoa.
What the hell?
Damn.
I
mean,
I'd take
sure.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd take that. But thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah.
Echo is caused by Ashwin's hairline sending cosmic background radiation. Good lord. Jeet, please fix the sound. Arre, it is fixed. It's usually fixed. Unless it's not fixed right now. Praatibh's camera is out of focus.
Even now, it's just the quality isn't that great.
Yeah.
Working on it, guys. We need your super chats.
Admired. Congrats from Pakistan. Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you.
Like, congrats to the Indian team, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is Akshar Patel a better spin player than KL Rahul? I feel like Akshar Patel is more positive while playing spin to begin with as compared to KL Rahul.
KL could go
Better, I
into a
don't
bit of a
think so.
shell at times.
Yeah, better. I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
But yeah, he sure is more positive. We'll take a couple more questions before we end this. It's been a long drive.
It's been a long stream, guys. As you can see it from Ashwin's slurred speech.
Ashwin hairline joke is diabolical. It indeed is.
Truly, dude.
I have a good hairline, dude. I'm not even going bald. I say that I might just go bald pretty soon. Should
Come
KL
back.
Rahul play as batsman only rather than wicketkeeper? But then who keeps wickets for there?
See, the thing is, you can't have Pant come in as a
Yeah.
keeper because he's not a good enough batsman in the ODI format.
Yeah, so
They'll cancel me.
yeah. Yeah, so for now I think I just feel like KL Rahul should be able to improve. But the thing is, if
As a
he hasn't
keeper.
improved for the last couple of years, are we expecting him to improve a little more? Just try to dare this answer.
Hmm.
Just try. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
basically.
think Virat's eyeing on Sachin's hundreds? Even he clearly doing that, he's not accepting it. I don't think so. He's 20?
Yeah, he's 1800s away. 1800s away. It's
I
not
thought 90.
not possible. I don't see it happening. Like hundreds. For that, Virat would have to have another 2016 to 2019 kind of phase for him to be able to score that.
That's true. Still, I think Pant is better than Rahul in terms of wicket keeping. I agree.
Yeah.
But in terms of ODI batting, I don't. Hot take: Akshar is a better batsman than a bowler. Might have a poor man Steve Smith like career arc.
Might have a Ravi Shastri like arc.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That's true.
Akshar Patel is a good off spinner,
Yeah.
but
Is he a better batter? I want to see him get bigger scores because right now he's stuck between 20s and 40s. If he can start converting these to 80s and 90s, that's when this conversation would make sense.
I don't think it's your internet. Praatibh's voice is fine. Yeah, it's probably my mic and the camera. There's a bit of a problem. We'll fix it before.
Guys, this is why we need $100,000 super chats so that we can get the highest quality of infrastructure going.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it is a
We're
joke.
not greedy for money.
But if
Do we
Mr. Beast
need the
is
money?
Mr. Beast has
Sure.
joined the stream, sure.
What could be the reason that Rohit and Kohli haven't been able to convert their partnerships into long ones like those pre-2020s? I think it's the style of play. Rohit Sharma has a certain style of play. We have made a video on this already.
Multiple.
I mean, we had a whole stat about how Rohit used to get 100 in every 5 innings between the years 2013 to 2022.
Yeah.
But since 2022, he gets 100 every 14 or 15 innings now. It would be, which is insane. We'll take a couple more questions, 2-3 more questions before we are done with the stream. You guys are very kind to stick with us on a Tuesday night, knowing that tomorrow you guys have work, college, school,
Etc.
etc. Bro, what would you prefer, stuck in Bangalore peak traffic? Oh, goodness.
Bangalore peak traffic.
I can spare Sachin Tendulkar's hair after being assaulted by Pakistan's during 2003 for donation. That
Whoa,
went way
what
over my head. Shreyas is age 30 right now. Can
Yeah.
ICT look at him as a future captain, proven in domestic, IPL, and probably experience as well? No hate to Shubman, but Shreyas looks better in my opinion. Captaincy experience, yeah.
Agree. Yeah. Except Shubman is going to become the
Yeah,
captain.
because Shreyas is not even the vice captain, doesn't even have the contract right now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Pandya was like VK की century को नहीं
होने देना है,
okay,
of course.
but KL Rahul stuff. Sanju better option than Pant in white ball as wicket keeper. But yeah, where will you play Sanju Samson? Because now he's opening in T20, which means he wants to play top out in the ODI format.
Yeah.
I don't know if he fits.
If Rohit and Kohli both retire at the same time and there are two vacancies, one is already taken by Jaiswal.
Sorry.
The other Samson might have it for some time.
Yeah. Let's end this stream. If not, we can go on and on. We have all. Oh my God.
Hey,
Hey,
Rahul
Rahul
Guradia.
Guradia, thank you so much for the super chat. 450 rupees. We appreciate that a lot. Guys, don't get influenced by Rahul Guradia. We know him. So that's why he's very kind to us. But if you do want to send super chat, we'll never say no. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for joining our live. We will do this. Hey, someone, you can reply to super chats. Oh, I didn't know that.
Every day we learn something new, guys.
Alright, thank you so much for joining our post-match. It's great to see that India is in yet another final in the last 4 ICC events, WTC final, the ODI World Cup, the T20 World Cup, and now this. We've been in the final. We have only won one of them. Let's hope that this Sunday is a turnaround. We will see you pre-match on Sunday at 1:30 a.m. like always, except this time
1:30
will only
PM.
be... Sorry, 1:30 p.m. like always.
Yeah.
Unless you're from Ohio or something, I don't know. Like someone in the morning. But what are your views on him being called Vada Pav?
Rohit,
This is Rahul asking, by the way.
I know it's Rahul asking. Rahul, I'll answer it when I come back to the apartment.
Yeah, but we will go on live 1:30 p.m. on Sunday, but it'll only be Praatibh. So cheer him on. Join. It's a Sunday afternoon right before the finals. You can't not join and not look at him go on and not have me blabber stuff on. So it'll be a great watch. Like the stream if like the stream if you haven't already.
Rahul says, what is the point of super chat?
Yeah, but you didn't ask the question in the super chat. That's the point of the super chat. We have not lost a group stage since 2023. Peak domination. That is true. It is
Yeah.
peak domination.
But it's not going to matter if we lose the final.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do not reimburse Rahul. We are not going to. But yes, thank you so much. I watched it for Aswin Anil. That's not true.
Nice way to end a friendship, Rahul Guradia.
Vasu, thank you. I mean, Vasu, see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. It'll be a couple of days until we see you guys. Until then, couple of announcements. If you guys haven't joined our WhatsApp channel, go to our description. We have WhatsApp channel. And for the next couple of weeks, we have special IPL episodes coming out.
Yeah.
So 18 days to go for the IPL. We see that ad time and again during the
Star
Champions
Sports, of
Trophy,
course.
which is
Yeah.
good lord. So this Friday, next Tuesday, that Friday, and the 2 videos the week after that. All of it IPL videos breaking down each team, doing a whole SWOT analysis, a very in-depth SWOT analysis, something
Yeah.
you would expect from us. We also have a special guest host kind of thing, who is a very IPL expert kind of man. He talks about the auction and he also talks about playing 11s.
Yep.
You may not know him, but
But he's been around the circuit. He's been
Yeah.
around a lot of...
the sports circuit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, watch out for these videos. Give us support, support us, because we appreciate your support. So, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. 100 of you guys watching us. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.